Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review is The Bricklayer, a Netflix original. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So this is a decent movie. If you went to like spies stuff and all that type movies. So let's go with the synopsis first. Let's start off there. An ex-CIA agent is reactivated when an extortionist targets the agency. Let's go over the cast. And you got Aaron Eckhart plays as Steve Vale. Nina Dobrev plays as Kate Bannon. So those is the star and co-star. Then you got Clifton Collins Jr. plays as Victor Raddick. So he's the main villain. Tim Blake Nelson plays as CIA director O'Malley. And then you have one other person that's Ilnish Hadera plays as Ty Delson. Everybody else is just in there. So this starts off where Steve Vale, who's like an ex-agent, and he's out somewhere laying bricks in his world. Over in the UK, you have Victor Raddick, who's sitting with a journalist over there, and a journalist who's taking pictures and getting information, putting it out to the newspapers. He's in there with her, and he kills her. He befriended her, and then she thought she was getting some good information, but then he killed her or whatever. So Raddick has been going killing anybody that's affiliated with the CIA and everything like that. So he's supposed to be dead because he was with the CIA and he was partners with Steve. And as you go on, they go from past to present, and it gives you more information as the time go on. So they don't know that Raddick is still dead. Steve told him he was dead, but Steve knows he really didn't die. And so Agent Kate is put on a team. They send her to go contact Steve. And Steve sit down with Kate and Director O'Malley. Pretty much he's saying, he's done with his country. He want to live the normal life. That night when he goes to where he was bricklaying at, he gets into it. Some goons try to come kill him. So that triggered him to go back with O'Malley and them and say, hey, he got to come on board. Because, of course, if somebody sent goons to try to kill him, he got to find out who that somebody is. So they trying to take people out of the agency. So they send Kate and Steve back over to the UK, basically where he was located. Steve was, which was Greece. Steve was banned from there. So instantly he getting active. This is Kate's first time of really getting in tune to getting out in the field action. Yeah, so you got Kate, this is her first time in the field. So instantly Steve is old school, she's new school. So they got trying to merge the two so they could, save the day. So Steve instantly get in action. He goes into the town. He came upon one of his like old was like a street thug, but now he didn't got linked with the right people and he's big time now. So he got goons, and it just shows Steve getting in a fight at the party. He's beating people up. He get loose, and then Kate shows up where he was at in like a little smart car to pick him up, like a little small, like a little Kia, not a Kia, what's that? A Fiat, yeah, a Fiat car. And she picks him up, and they get away. And she had put a tracker on like his pendant or something. That's how she knew where he was at. But he took the tracker and put it while he was fighting. He put it on one of the goons, and it tracked him to a house where or a condo where they eventually went to, and they had to get more information or whatever. So he had a fight scene with that, and she kind of froze when it came time for her shooting the gun. And, she thought she would be ready for the field, but she wasn't really, but it had to grow on her. Meanwhile, Steve met his old girlfriend named Ty. She's still in the agency, but she was suspect out the gates, but you figured she was still in love with him. Nevertheless, he ended up speaking to Raddock. He knew Raddock was alive, and the showdown is now coming. Raddock is still killing people. Raddock he wanted a wager with the CIA, the government. Pretty much, he wanted 100 million in cryptocurrency, and or it was going to be chaos. So they eventually gets down to the end where the president over in that country was doing a speech, and Raddock was pretty much pretending like he was like the film crew filming everything, and he was going to shoot the president over there. And Steve intervened, ended up killing Raddock, and just it went from the closeness of Raddock and Steve. Raddock had a wife and children. Steve was supposed to protect the wife and children, but he wasn't able to. Raddock held that against him, and he wanted revenge on the agency because the agency kicked him out or whatever. Kind of blew his cover when he was undercover for them. So Raddock got killed by Steve at the end, but then it wasn't over yet. Steve ended up in the hospital, and when he ended up in the hospital, the director of Mallory came and seen him. Kate came to see him as well, and he went to go see Ty because he said it was something up. It wasn't done yet. It wasn't more. Raddock was linked to somebody else, so he already knew it was Ty, and so he went to go see her, and she pretty much was saying like, I wanted you to go with me. We could have left together, and they didn't. So when he looked out the window, he seen some goons pulled up coming in, and so he left because that was his girl. He left certain things behind, like he left it looked like some plastic thing that if you put it in the microwave, it turns to a bomb. So when she was leaving, pretty much the goons was coming in as she was leaving, and he set the bomb in the microwave. So when they came in the house, he was already hanging out the window, and the bomb went off, killed them, but he fell on a car out there. Meanwhile, she seen him from afar. He was on the ground crawling, and Kate came to help him. And when Kate came to help him, it was just real dumb. That part was dumb. She just went full head trying to run him over with the car, and then at that time, Kate didn't freeze, and she just shot through the car and killed Ty, and the car flipped over. And that was the end of the movie. So it could potentially be a part two if it get enough viewership. Other than that, it's a okay watch, decent enough to tune you in. Looking for something to watch, Netflix. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give it a 2 out of 4 stars. Decent enough to watch, nothing over the top. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.